And so you start getting films about birds and audio about birds. The very first audio tracks of birds were often of lyrebirds, because lyrebirds imitate other birds, so they're quite noisy, and they make they make good radio. The ABC recorded lyrebirds both in Melbourne and Sydney as early as the 1930s and broadcast them on radio. People in both cities and also in Brisbane had lyrebirds in the hinterland and were quite fond of lyrebirds. They were a special local bird for the big cities. There were also lyrebirds introduced into Tasmania, I think probably because of their popularity in Melbourne, Sydney and Brisbane. So that most of the big cities, not Adelaide or Perth, but most of the big cities knew about lyrebirds, and they knew that they could imitate other birds, and indeed in Gippsland there were lyrebirds that could imitate chainsaws and all sorts of things. They pick up the sounds that are in the landscape and they could repeat them perfectly. You always think of parrots as great imitators, but lyrebirds are really, really clever, because they can persuade other birds that they are that bird, and you get them calling to a golden whistler or to another bird and replying, which is really remarkable.